The Lord is thy shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh I lie down upon green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still waters. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea! Though I man walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff, them comforted I and I. Yes! Oh, to prepare a table before I, in the presence of I enemy them. In the presence of Bandulu. Yet, when anointed I head with an oil, and my cup always I go run over. Surely, goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of I life, as I man dwelleth in the house of the Lord God. Joe! Yes, my name Blakk Rasta, and this is the Black Pot, aka KWEKU, where we speak truth to power. Now, my brother, my sister, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And every time it rests on the fire, we know it's time for something delicious. What delicious is cooking today? I pray for power and energy. I pray for the power of the Almighty Father. Remember, we are in the service of God and country. We normally don't like to criticize. If we criticize at all, then it is only to build and not to destroy. Remember, this is not a political show. It is a patriotic show. We don't do politics, we just do patriotism. My brother, my sister, this is the Black Pot, aka KWEKU, where we speak truth to power. Now, the first thing I want to look at is this thing that I have decided to title Cameroon Disgraces Africa Again. Now, we have a very terrible dictator right there in Cameroon, very hopeless dictator. His name is Paul Biya. My brother, my sister, has ruled this country from 1982. Close to 40 years he's been in power. Now, this beautiful country called Cameroon has been divided along ethnic lines and also even language lines. When you speak English in Cameroon, in fact, you are noted for a takedown. Police and soldier shoot and kill you. In fact, they have a police, or is it army, faction only loyal to the president, Paul Biya, and it's called the BIR, B-I-R. They are only answerable to the president. Can you believe that? Now, Paul Biya is a man who is supposed to be the president of Cameroon, yet he doesn't live in Cameroon. He lives in Switzerland. My brother, and his excuse is that the weather in Cameroon is not good for him. So he has to go all the way to Switzerland, where he owns houses. And he stays in there with his model wife. My brother, my sister, Cameroon hosted the AFCON, African Cup of Nations. Many were those who criticized it because this is a country that has so many human rights abuses. Now, the so-called Anglophone people in Cameroon, you know, Cameroon is divided between French and English, is bilingual, kind of. And the English-speaking people are targeted every now and then. They want to break away from the union, and they are called the Ambazonia. My brother, my sister, having taken you through the dictatorship of Paul Biya, I have to go straight into action. How has Paul Biya disgraced Africa again? Now, hear me. The AFCON 2021 was held, and they went for about 90 buses to facilitate movement of players from different African countries. And right after the AFCON, Cameroon's Teranga Lions came third, behind Egypt and of course Senegal that came first. My brother, my sister, days after that, all 90 buses are gone except one. And you can see the screaming headlines. 89 buses for AFCON 2021 missing in Cameroon. How did they get missing? First and foremost, even the workers of AFCON, those who sacrificed and worked so hard to see AFCON come to pass in Cameroon, they have not been paid. Several days after the AFCON is over, they have not been paid. Now, the only bus that has not gone missing is the one that the Teranga Lions, I beg your pardon, the Cameroonians used. Now, when you check it out, my brother, my sister, all 89 buses gone. Now, we have a new man who is taking care of the sports in Cameroon, and his name is Samuel Eto'o. Does he have any explanation for this? Or is it one of the loot and share tactics happening in Cameroon again? My brother, my sister, we live in a continent where people are not accountable at all. Presidents are thieves, messengers are thieves, boys are thieves, girls are thieves, especially politicians. Where are the 89 buses for AFCON 2021? Could Paul Biya give us an explanation? Or was he busily looking for Ambazonia to target and kill? And he forgot totally about accountability? My brother, my sister, your guess is as good as mine. But this has made headlines around the world, and Africa again has been earmarked for the wrong reasons. This is the Black Pot, aka KWEKU. But remember, in so many African countries, my brother, my sister, when games like this happen, festivals like this happen, tournaments like this happen, accountability is always an orphan. Nobody wants to be accountable. Everybody wants to steal. Probity thrown outside through the window. Accountability zero. And Africa continues to lose out in the eyes of the rest of the world because of faceless, greedy, selfish leaders. When would Africa be accountable? When would Africa probe? Is probity ever going to come to our leaders? Who watches the leaders? Should we wait until they are old and dying that we drag them to the Hague, the International Court, and then jail them? Or we should make them accountable whilst they are still in power? My brother, my sister, it's yet another very bad day for Africa. Stealing and looting, dictatorship all over the place, no accountability, no probity. This is the Black Pot. Now, the next thing I would like to look at is another interesting thing. And this is something I've decided to title Black Inferiority, Not Funny. What do we mean by black inferiority? My brother, my sister, there is a saying that I love so much. They say the people who continue to tell you that they are bigger than you most probably are very inferior, or they feel inferior. My brother, we all have blamed our trouble on slavery. And a lot of us Africans still blame white people for where we are today. Is there a way we can rise from the blame game? Should we continue to be down all because one man wants us to be down? Can we not shatter the barriers and go through, cut and go through, and stand up as the most creative people the world has ever seen? My brother, my sister, when you check it out, inferiority is still on. How many black people feel inferior to white people? But when you check our history as black people, we have been a very, very, very great people. We taught the world so many different things. In fact, we taught the world, my brother, my sister, how to even fly in the skies. And those of you who believe in witches and wizards, they even fly without aeroplanes at night, right? My brother, my sister, we invented so many different things for the world, even though we never took credit. They were stolen from us. Now we built the pyramids. We built the shadows of Egypt. Hey, we taught the world how to smelt iron, copper, and the rest. We taught the world how to mine. We taught the world a lesson in civilization. Today, when it comes to all these things I've mentioned, it looks like we have relegated ourselves to the background and we are playing a game of inferiority. Now let me zero in to what I want to look at today. Now look at it. There is a Ghanaian pilot, oh my God have mercy, who has been in the news for some time now. And watch this. It says 2 men make history as first all-African cockpit crew to fly an Emirates aeroplane. So what? 2 men have decided to fly a plane. And the whole cockpit is made up of black people. So it's an achievement. My brother, my sister, white people have done it over and over. Arab people have done it over and over. Why is this supposed to be an achievement? My brother, my sister, when you check it out, does it mean that we don't have pilots as black people? Or does it mean that it is not our space to play? Why should this make the news? My brother, my sister, I'm going to get deeper into it. Look at this. Captain Solomon KWEKU, the bus driver. And it's not the ordinary bus. It's not Danfo. It is not Trotro. It is Airbus, the plane called Airbus. My brother, my sister, and this is Solomon, and he is flying around the world. Now, who is Solomon at all? And why is he in the news? My brother, my sister, Solomon attended school in Koforidua. He went to Koforidua Sectec, right here in Ghana. And when he went to Koforidua Sectec, oh my God have mercy, he did all he could to be able to study. Now look at his credentials. Now Captain Solomon KWEKU worked with 2 airlines at the UK. Oh my God, yes, in the UK after his training. But how did he get in there? From Koforidua Sectec, he went all the way to England to live with his family. But he returned to Ghana to attend the University of Ghana, where he had a degree in physics, mathematics, and so on and so forth. Right after that, he went back to England to study aeronautics, engineering. But he did not even have money to pay his fees. Now, when you read the story of this man, it's interesting. Most of the time, no money to pay, and he was relegated to the background time and again. Ask yourself, why did he not trade in Ghana? But he went all the way to England to trade. Don't we have quality schools in Ghana here that teach aviation? Now, our first aviation school was opened right here in Ghana, at that time the Gold Coast, in 1930. 27 years before independence. My brother, my sister, if we had our first aviation school in 1930, how many pilots have we been able to churn out? Why should we wait until the 21st century to boast about pilots who are flying Emirates, just one wing of some flights? My brother, my sister, now the big problem is this. We have over 10 aviation schools in Ghana. 2 of them are governmental and the rest of them are private. Are they teaching quality flying? Now, the history of Ghana Airways will tell you that we had some of the best pilots in the world. Ghana Airways never crashed. Ghana Airways was, in fact, that national fleet that gave us, in fact, some very, very good points to write home about. But what happened to our pilots? All of a sudden, other people are flying us. Anywhere you sit to fly, it's a white man who is flying, or an Arab man, or somebody who is speaking a language that is foreign to you. What happened to the African pilots? Don't we have aviation schools in Africa? Should we be proud that there's a cockpit that is made up of only black people? Have black people been relegated to the background? Now we are so good at telling the world, oh, we are the first to do this. Oh, the first black man to do this. Oh, the first African to do this. The first Ghanaian to do this. And when you check it out, my brother, my sister, it limits us in the world of competition. As long as we relegate ourselves to a certain group, my brother, the competition becomes less and we are not going to be able to compete internationally. How many people agree with me? to Captain Solomon KWEKU. Yes, you were able to make it, but why should Ghana take the credit? You were trained abroad. You worked with the British Airways for so many years. Then somewhere in 2010, you started working with the Emirates, and it took you 7 solid years to become a captain. And then in 2017, thereabout, you flew the first Airbus, the biggest, from Emirates to Ghana. And you were so happy that it happened because you love your country and you wanted to see the whole of the world see Ghanaians also flying planes. Do we really fly planes? How many pilots do we churn out? Are we aviation conscious in these modern times? Should we go out there and be more competitive than the mediocre minds that we have? The first Ghanaian to do this, the first Ghanaian to do that. My brother, my sister, it looks like we are in a space that is global, so we should look for global competition than the parochial one. My brother, my sister, this is the black pot. As long as we continue being inferior, remember, my brother, my sister, we will never be able to compete globally. This is the black pot. This is the black pot, aka KWEKU, where we speak truth to power. Remember, inferiority complex will never make you humble. Inferiority complex would always keep you at the bottom. You would have a false understanding of who you are because you want to be loud every time. In fact, the man with the inferiority complex is a shadow of himself. Let us rise above this mediocrity, these parochial minds, and compete globally. After all, we have what it takes. My brother, my sister, let's not be the first to come out and tout our experience and our achievements. Let the whole world drum it. Now, you don't need to spend all the time talking about what you have achieved. Those who struggle, especially politicians, to explain one thing that they have done, are nothing but liars. Let your achievements speak for themselves. To Solomon, Captain Solomon KWEKU, I say blessed love. Now the next thing I want to look at is interesting. And I've titled it, Leadership of Loyalty and Not Royalty. It looks like in Africa we are all looking for the royalty and not the loyalty. Do you get it? A president comes into power. After the first few months, he forgets that he has to be loyal to his country and to the people who voted him into power. What he does is he's now looking for royalty. Everywhere he goes, you will see him in pomp and pageantry. You will see a fleet of cars following all these people. Move away from the presidency and let's look at other things. It's not only in the presidency we see this, but we see that almost everywhere. Today I was going through the news and I saw something that broke my heart. My brother, my sister, and it came from Asamoah Gyan. Watch it. Now, Asamoah Gyan has been one of the greatest players we have had in this country. The all-time top scorer for the Black Stars. And look at the headlines. Asamoah Gyan betrayed Ghana striker, opens up on losing captaincy to Andre Ayew. My brother, my sister, look at it. Asamoah Gyan himself says, I felt betrayed. Asamoah Gyan finally breaks silence after they replaced him as captain in 2019. Now, in 2019, there was a new Black Stars coach. My brother, my sister, and he was called Kwesi Appiah. Kwesi Appiah also played for the Black Stars in his days. He was even a captain of the Black Stars at the time. And then the captainship was taken from him and it was given to Abedi Pele. Listen to this chronology. Now the captain was taken away from him and given to Abedi Pele. For whatever reason the handlers had, my brother, my sister, it yielded results in one way or the other. Hear me now. Several years down the line, Abedi Pele is on retirement, and Kwesi Appiah is the coach of the Black Stars, and he is now coaching sons of Abedi Pele. Remember that the captainship was taken from Kwesi Appiah and given to Abedi Pele. Now Abedi Pele is on retirement. His children are playing for the Black Stars, and Kwesi Appiah is the coach or the manager of the Black Stars. But in his own wisdom, he realized that, well, Asamoah Gyan is the captain, but I think that if the captainship is given to my former arch rival, in quotes, it will make meaning. So he took the captainship away from Asamoah Gyan and gave it to Dede Ayew, who at that time was the assistant captain. My brother, my sister, somebody would have said, but the captainship was taken away from you, Kwesi Appiah, and given to Abedi Pele. Now it's time for you to be retributive. Fire back. But he rather took the captainship and gave it to Abedi Pele's son. There must have been a great reason. Some people read spiritual meanings into that. But it looked like it yielded results in one way or the other. Number one, Asamoah Gyan had held the captainship for 7 solid years. And the handlers of the Black Stars felt that it might make a lot of sense to change the captainship. So they made Asamoah Gyan Captain General. As to what that meant, it was unto them. And made Dede Ayew the captain. My brother, my sister, Asamoah Gyan says he felt betrayed. Is it about loyalty or royalty? Do you just want to wear the captain's banner and run around so that people will call you, hey, Capito, Capito, Capito? Or you want to really get to the grassroots and kill yourself for the Black Stars in terms of loyalty? What really was it? Now, Dede Ayew picked it up and he ran with it. We all saw what Dede Ayew did. In fact, this thing brought a lot of hatred for Abedi Pele and even Dede Ayew. A lot of Ghanaians say a lot of bad things about Dede Ayew, all because of this captainship thing and also because of Abedi Pele. My brother, my sister, as it stands right now, our handlers have to be careful how they communicate such messages to players. Yes, you are the handler of the team, but you need to be able to navigate wisely and beautifully, especially diplomatically amongst players, or else you're going to create some bad blood. Now Kwesi Appiah is no more the handler of the Black Stars, but that bile, that bitterness is still in Asamoah Gyan. Only God knows if he missed that penalty because he had heard or he had been told in the spirit that he was going to lose the captainship. My brother, my sister, you all remember that penalty. Uruguay, Ghana, at the World Cup. If Asamoah Gyan had scored, we would have made history. But he didn't. Who knows? Some of these things could have been, the reason we saw some of these things. We won't take anything from Asamoah Gyan, but hear me now. Listen, after 8 years, nobody will be able to stand for president anymore unless you want to dissect and break down the constitution of Ghana. First 4 terms you are out. You stand for re-election. If you win, you count for the last four years, and that's it. Asamoah Gyan held it for 7 solid years. And he felt betrayed that the captainship had been taken away from him. How many years do you want to hold it for? Is it about loyalty or royalty? I want all of us to come around the bargaining table. Let us reason and look at it. How do they even choose the captains? Is it the person who has been in the team the longest? Or the person who has the most influence? And how do you even determine influence? My brother, my sister, we all remember how this captainship thing almost ruined the Black Stars. We remember how they gave Abedi the captainship. We remember how he came late at a certain tournament. And he threatened that if he didn't have his captain's band, he was not going to play. They had to take it back and give it to him before he played. What is it about the captain? Is it about loyalty or royalty? Should we wear the crown before we serve our country? I'm asking. I am not a football enthusiast, but when it comes to the Black Stars, I am the #1 fan. When the Black Stars lose, I fast. When the Black Stars win, my bank account becomes fat in the spirit. My brother, my sister, think about it and think wisely. Leadership, is it about loyalty or royalty? I want all of us to come together and look at this very carefully, or else we might just be jeopardizing our national team and beyond. You think politicians are the only people who are greedy and want to stay on forever? My brother, my sister, Paul Biya has been there for how many years? Mugabe was there for several years. Some other people, like Alassane Ouattara, doesn't want to go. My brother, my sister. So if you are the captain of the Black Stars and you don't want to give the captain banner, it means you are behaving like Alassane Ouattara and Paul Biya and the rest. May God give us the power to think loyalty and not royalty. This is the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. Boy.
Every lady wants to walk out in glitz, glamour, and style. She wants to turn heads wherever she goes. She wants to pamper people who matter with her beauty. She wants her beauty to open doors long before she even opens her mouth. Chic Luxury Beauty Home perfectly understands this and makes sure this is delivered 100%. At Chic Luxury Beauty Home, we make you glow brightest with splendid professional perm cuts, wigs, braids, lashes, twists and locks, waxing and more. There is a special pergola where you enjoy fresh air while we give you your sexy braids. We also give you a massage you will remember forever. At Chic Luxury Beauty Home, we are professionally unique, so we have our own Chic beauty products for your personal beauty care. We also offer international standard training in all our services, and our training is designed to suit your busy schedules and convenience. Locate Chic Luxury Beauty Home at Asafwache, Akubwa Link, Adringano Road in Accra. Call us now for business enquiries on 024 368 3070 or 055 9370 980. At Chic Luxury Beauty Home, we are sleek and chic.
Blakk Pot, KWEKU show man. Blakk Pot, KWEKU show man.
This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. Now, my brother, my sister, if you're a lady and you want to look sleek and look chic, you know it's all about chic luxury beauty home. What do you really want? You want natural twist and locks? You want massage? Yes, we can massage you, and you would go home, and several years after you remember that massage. Unique. We are internationally trained. Yes, internationally trained, globally accepted. What are you talking about? Hear me now. Lashes, hey, personal care, cheap products are also available. We are the only ones with our own quality products. And we have a pergola where you would sit quietly and enjoy some fresh air, and you would have your braids, beautiful golden braids for you. Now, Chick is located right there inside Asafwache, Akwabwa Loop, right there inside Adringana. The numbers are on your screen. Make sure you pick that up. It doesn't matter where you are. Just call and make your way to greatness. Maybe you're going for an interview. Maybe there's a guy in your area that you want to catch. Maybe there's a big guy whose attention you need. What are you waiting for? Chic Luxury Beauty Home is the answer. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunomo, where we speak truth to power. Now, the next thing I want to look at is interesting, and I've decided to title this Taxing the Church. Now, early this morning, we saw some headlines around, and in the past, we saw the same headlines. One man that I really respect and love. He's a preacher man extraordinaire. In the days, he used to work with Rollins. We were told that he was even a gunman for Rollins. He had gone into a certain church to attack a certain preacher man. And when he sat down, the preacher man came up to him and said, "Hey, I know you have been sent to come and take my life, but the Lord Jesus is looking for you to come and do ministry." From that time, he became a Christian, went on to become a preacher, and he's renowned all over the world. People revere him. This is the man we are all talking about, Reverend Lawrence Tete. I love him. Oh my God. Now, when it comes to the healing ministry in Ghana, he's one of those that you would give a tick for. Now, when it comes to preaching with so many different life stories, this is the guy, Reverend Lawrence Tete, doctor. Now hear me, he has said something, and you saw it earlier. That's it there. From Ghana Web, and it says what? Gifts received by the church go back to society. And when you read it further, what's the headline? Taxing the church will result in double taxation. Of course, when people go to church, they go to donate. It's money that has been taxed already. They donate like they do to an orphanage. They donate to the church. True or false? That is what people do. The tithes. They give tithes to the church. And the tithe is supposed to come from a taxed salary. So yes, double taxation, I agree. But the other thing I want to look at is this thing. And I need you to come along with me. Yes, we don't want the church to be taxed. But the church has become business now, right? Now we see Obidim and the rest driving heavy cars all over. Where is the money from? The church, right? We see pastors who are now competing with politicians. And they tell you that, yes, God did not intend it that pastors should be poor. Okay, so tell us the source of your wealth. It's the church, right? So the money that is donated, and the money is called donation to the church, what is the purpose? What is the purpose of the money that is donated to the church? Is it for the pastor to buy a private jet and be flying around? Is it for the pastor, my brother, my sister, to flaunt around? That is why most people would say, in that case, The church has become a business unit. And for that matter, the church should be taxed. But two wrongs don't make a right. My brother, let's get deeper into it. Yes, the money that comes to the church is already taxed. Very soon they might even say e-levy. And e-levy is already in the church. Pastors, prophets, evangelists are already asking church members to send momo. There is no preacher in Ghana who doesn't accept momo. Duncan Williams, Archbishop, preaching, you would see that on his screen. He said, those who want to send their tithe and blah, 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 blah via momo, this is our momo number. And they would even give you international lines, PayPal, and they know all that. My own bishop, Bishop Osetutu, when he's preaching, behind him, you will see all that momo, whatever, even the foreign ones, they are all there. They are all supposed to be donations to the church, but once they are coming through the wire, they are e-levied on, right? My brother, my sister, what would make a man want to tax the church is the behavior of the pastors, the prophets, the evangelists. They are all preaching what? Prosperity what? Prosperity what? Doctrines. Am I right? They are telling you to go and sleep. And you would wake up and angels will bring you money. They are giving you miracle money. I have seen Obinim and some other bleach-faced pastors around tell you, oh, bring 2 Ghana cedis. They pray on it and tell you to go and put it under your pillow. The next day, they will visit you in the spirit and give you money. We have seen how pastors and prophets, my brother, my sister, would ask you to bring all your money from the bank so that you put that on their altar. Come after a month and the spirit will work around it and you make more money. My brother, my sister, it has ended up enriching careless and wicked, fraudulent men and women of God, in quotes. That is why somebody might think about taxing the church. But should the church be taxed? If you ask me, I'll say no. The church must not be taxed because there's already a tax on the church. Don't let us get it twisted. The church has already been taxed. The momo that they sent to the church already has e-levy on it. That's one. Number two, whatever donations they give to the church from their salaries as tithes have also been taxed. But there's an interesting twist to this thing, which I would like us to take note. The church needs to pay gift tax. Is it interesting? Gift tax. In Ghana and all over the world, when you receive a gift, you pay a tax on the gift. So if it's a donation, it means it's a gift. A donation is equivalent to a gift. It is just a matter of semantics. Oh, this is a donation. Oh, this is a gift. It's the same thing. So the church must start paying gift tax. A friend of mine received a car as a gift from her company. And in fact, Ghana Revenue Authority, GRA, came after her to pay gift tax. What is the percentage? I think this should be one of the taxes levied on the church. It's a gift tax. It is not compulsory until you receive a gift. That is one. And number two, members of the church, when you see your pastors using the money that you donate to them carelessly, what do? Would you continue being in the church? What has been the achievement of your church? Do they take care of orphans? Do they have church farms? Have they built factories where they can employ church members? What have they used those donations to do for you and for the society? Is it that they would use that to buy private jets and ride around? Is that what, or for what reason you gave them those donations? Or you gave the donations to God so God will bless you, so you don't care what the pastors do with the money? It is for me and you to sit down and reason and think Or else, my brother, my sister, we'll be taken for a ride and it will be so terrible. So yes, all in all, Reverend Dr. Lawrence Tete, with all love and respect, the church must not be taxed. But in another way, the church must be taxed because you are receiving a gift and there must be a gift tax on what you receive. It is important. The church is already paying tax and we have established that. I am not going to repeat it. When the churches start paying tax and when the members start getting smarter and wiser to ask the church for accountability, the church will be a better place. May I break it down? You donate and the church doesn't come out to tell you this is how much the church has made within this period. This person paid this, that person paid that, that person paid that. If you don't even want to reveal people's salaries by the tithe system, you can come out and say that this was what we received. And it behoves the church to believe whether what you have put out there is correct or wrong and tell us how you are spending that money. How many churches are accountable like that? Tell me, does your church do that? Does your church do that? At the end of the year, or at the end of the month, or quarterly, does your head accountant or pastor or who come out to tell you, oh, from January to March, or January to April, or January to December, or January to February, this is how much the church has made in terms of donations, so that GRA can come and tax you properly, so that the members will know what you are doing with the money, so that when the pastor uses the money, we know that this is how much has been used. Wouldn't it make sense like that? Wouldn't it make sense like that? Now you are teaching the people that Jesus was accountable, he was loyal, yet you are thieves. You do not tell the people how much the church is making, because it's one-man church. You don't care. The people should bring the money, God will bless them. You are not accountable to the people, you are accountable to God. How do you pay gift tax? Do you live in your own country? How do you expect electricity and the rest to come up? Let's think about it. Somebody would ask, how about the mosque? Do they pay tithe at the mosque? No, they don't. In fact, when you go to the Nima Mosque, the highest the imam will receive a day will not even be up to 15 cedis. They go to the mosque with coins. I don't know what it is, but they believe that there's more blessing in the coins than the paper. When the imam finishes praying and says, Kulu Allah, uku, uku, everybody goes, Kulu Allah, Kulu Allah, finished. Alhamdulillah, uku, uku. Everybody goes, and when they are going out, they bring 2 pesos, 1 penny, and give to the malam, and then they walk out. My brother, they give coins. We have to check those coins too and let the mosque have a certain record. This is how much we received, so you can also be taxed. Hey, now religion has become a very big business. And the more we look into that and tax religion better, the better. Or else, we are going to continue losing money to charlatans and squeezing people who have nothing for taxes. And the people who should have paid taxes are those running away. Gift tax are very important. Let's look into that. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushunamo. And the next thing I want to look at briefly is something that I've decided to title Work, Performance, and Wages. Work, performance, and wages. In Ghana, when you are employed by the government, they tell you how much salary you take. Whether you work or not, you will receive that salary. Some people go there and sleep the whole period. At the end of the day, no performance, but they get wages. In fact, there should never be wages without work. Never should there be wages without performance. But in our country, it's a wholesale thing. Once you are employed by the government, you are entitled to a salary whether you work or not. Today, a beautiful headline dropped, and I want to share that headline with you. Look at it. It says salaries for CEOs and state-owned enterprises need to be tied to company performance. And this is from Professor Lord Mensah. You all know him from the University of Ghana. Hear me now. The professor, the good old professor, has spoken. That is truth. We are full of laziness. This morning I went to a certain company and half of the people were asleep. 20% of the people who were not asleep were working lottery. And the rest of them, I believe, were just looking at their clock so they can go for lunch. My brother, my sister, what is your performance? What is your contribution to the GDP? Are you not ashamed that you go to the bank and collect money, yet you do nothing to bring up the GDP? Then you go back and blame the president. Everything is on the president. Yes, it is the responsibility of the president to make sure that wages are tied to performance and work. How many agree with me? And how many don't agree? Hey, when you go to America, when you go to England, when you go to China, when you go to Japan, when you go to Russia, and these are the topmost economic countries in the world. I'm talking about top economic countries in the world. What do? They pay you hourly. Somebody will tell you, hey, when you work for 1 hour here, this is how much you get. He will stand like this. Bring in a supervisor to make sure that not a single minute or a single second of that 1 hour is wasted on your personal foolishness. You would work. Hey! When I went to England several years ago, somewhere in 2004, 2005, everybody went to work and left me at home because I was just there as a tourist. But my friend said, oh, come along with me to work and, just watch me do my work and blah, 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 blah. Well, I went there and what did I see? Hourly. So anytime I was at home, I sat down and I realized I had spent 1 hour. You know what came into my mind? If I was at work, I would have been receiving £5.50. At that time, 2004, 2005. In England, the least wage was £5.50. So when you are sitting with friends and talking, and you've talked for 1 hour, your subconsciousness tells you that you have already wasted £5.50. How many people agree? How many people have noticed that? So people from abroad, before they give their money out, it's not easy. When they give you £10, hey, that's 2 hours of work. It's like the ganja smoker. When the ganja smoker is giving you money, he's calculating it in the number of rolls this money he has given to you could buy. When you travel outside this country to maybe England or America or even Japan, and you're going to buy a commodity, what comes into your mind? Oh, how much is this? They tell you they quote in their currency. You convert it first and foremost into the currency that you know. You say, in Ghana, this thing can buy 2 bottles of water. But here, it says that I can buy only 1 bottle. No, it's expensive. I can't buy it. True or false? Those of you who have traveled, you know that. My brother, my sister, Ghana and Africa would need this most. We have to pay people by performance and by work. The waste that is happening in the SOEs around Ghana and beyond is all because there is no squeeze on work. People are not squeezing them to work. My brother, my sister, if there is no work, send the people home. Which companies have directors who are sleeping? It means there's no work. Make them redundant. It is not by force that we should have a CEO when there's no work. Hey, this is very, very important, brethren. I will not establish a company and put people there to come and sleep. I will stand there day in and out and make... You think Dangote sleeps? Do you think that Dangote brings people there and pays them salaries? No, he pays them according to the hours they work. Every serious man must pay you by your performance. I remember when I was at Multimedia, they paid us according to our performance. And whenever I went to ask for an increase in salary, I would have to prove that my performance had increased and had brought results. That's multimedia. And that has made us survive the turbulent times. My brother, my sister, any lazy man wants to work in the government side, SOEs. Every lazy man, they say, oh, here, there's job security. Nonsense. Go to GBC. They are there, all men and women. No work, no performance. Same thing they have done 7 billion years ago. They are still doing that. No result. Technology has come. These guys are still their own minds and nothing is working. Government organizations are basically for old, brainless people. Unfortunately. But this is not how it's supposed to be, brethren. Things are supposed to get better. Alright? Until we sit back and tie our wages to our performance and work, there will be waste. And your tax system will be zero. You'll be running after e-levy night and day, and running after churches night and day. Because you want to widen the tax net, and it won't be easy for you. Skip a judge. Now let me deal with the last thing, and I'll be gone. Now this one is a very sensitive one. And I've titled it, Serwaa Broni takes on KWEKU. My brother, my sister, you all have heard about some Serwaa Broni. I have restricted and restrained myself from speaking on this. That's Serwaa Broni. She's a bisexual Ghanaian lady based in Canada. Canadian Ghanaian. And this is a lady who recently came out to talk about her sexual relationship with the President of the Republic of Ghana, who I have decided to call KWEKU. Because we know that our president is quite dwarfish, right? I didn't say he's suffering from dwarfism. I just said he's dwarfish. You understand that, don't you? All right, hear me now. Serwaa Broni said she's had sexual relationship with an old man. At 77, you should be blessed that you still have some amount of libido, isn't it? But on a more serious note, is it abuse of office? Did the president take advantage of this woman? Is this woman trying to blackmail the president? See it. Full video, Serwaa Broni drops shocking secrets on her relationship with Akufo-Addo. And look at another one. Half-naked photo of Akufo-Addo and Serwaa Broni in a room forensically fact-checked. And this is from the 4th estate, Manasseh Azure's 4th estate. And when they checked it up, they realized that this photo was fake. In fact, it was actually photoshopped. So, you see, this whole so-called blackmail thing or abuse of office thing is making people eat from that and fatten up their bellies. People are beginning to get into it. In fact, with some bad mind, Photoshop and throw the country into some level of disrepute. What is the truth about Serwaa Broni? Has she shown enough evidence? But look at what the minority in parliament is saying, led by Haruna Idrisu. We are analyzing Serwaa Broni's interview for possible legal action against Akufo-Addo. I don't trust the minority anymore. They've let us down over and over. It looks like they are the same people, the same crop. E-levy, we all fought it. But you came back and then you passed it. You are all in the same crap. Look at this. You would pay for the blackmail, Hobson Adoye, to Serwaa Broni. My brother, why should we allow ourselves to be thrown into the mud like this? Look at Hobson Adoye. These are the people who are supposed to be in charge of national security, around the president's security. And there is a woman who sits in a plane that is supposed to be security checked and is taking photographs in there. What kind of security lapse is this? I know that your Minister of National Security is trying to redeem himself. Recently, he's made some utterances that have made people so excited. but he himself was caught pants down on a slave queen's camera. What is the level of security in this country? Do you think that a 77-year-old man, like the president, actually went out of his marital home to do these things? I normally don't talk about these things when people are doing their personal things, but when you have the nation that you represent waiting for you to deliver, we want to understand two things. Is it blackmail? Or is the president abusing his office? Has there been any security lapse? Can we find out exactly what the problem is? And can we solve that? My brother, my sister, this is the Blakk Pot, aka KWEKU. And remember, we are live on Pan-African TV. We are also live on Loud Silence TV. We are live on Ghana Web TV. And live also on our own YouTube page. And that is the Black Empire Media. Our Black is spelled B-L-A-K-K. Black Empire Media. And you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on YouTube. And we are also on Instagram. And we are loud all over Africa. Nigeria, Cameroon, the Gambia, all over. Brother, my sister, remember, this is not a political show. It is a patriotic show where we speak truth to power. We are in the service of God and country, and we speak nothing but the truth, and we fact check. It doesn't matter who gets caught in the crossfire. We would make sure that they taste the truth and they taste patriotism. That is the only way we can move forward as a people. In the interim, my name is Blakk Rasta, and it's been the Blakk Pot. Skipper.
Pardon?